Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer. In this video, I'm going to be transforming this plant stand that a neighbor dropped off with me a couple months ago. In case you saw my TikTok and you're coming here, I'm going to do a quick tutorial showing you the steps that I take to remake this. So I had it around in my shop for a couple months and I thought, what the heck am I going to do with this? I don't really have a bunch of plants in my house, so I couldn't use it as a plant stand, and it's really dark and dated. And so it's Christmas season and I looked at this and thought, what if I turned it into some type of a Christmas display? Obviously, I'm going to paint it and lighten it up. There is a base that is falling apart, and that is going to be the first order of business, is flipping this over and remaking that base. Now, I don't like the shape of it anyway. It looks like a base in a baseball game. I'm going to make the new bottom match this top. So I flipped this upside down just to see if it would be balanced, and it looks like it is. So I'm going to find a scrap piece of wood, put it underneath that, trace it, use my jigsaw, remove this and put that new one on, and then I'm probably going to paint it. I thought about getting kind of funky with the colors, but I want this to also work for other holidays. Like I could see things for 4th of July. Halloween would be awesome. So I think I'm going to paint it white. That way it's easier to use throughout the year. So, okay, first thing is removing this and cutting a new bottom. And of course, it couldn't be attached with screws, it's attached with nails. So I'm gonna try to remove this without, I mean, it's practically falling apart anyway. So I'm just gonna carefully remove that. I don't wanna do damage to the base part that I'm gonna be keeping. So it's just this home plate that needs removed. So it does appear that I can just kind of pry this off. This veneer is just falling apart anyway, and I did get a nice chunk off of here. I'm going to hang on to that because I might be able to create something that goes on this using that piece. I don't have any little small village houses really. I mean, I might have a couple, but I'm going to create some primitive little homes to put on here, and I might be able to use that piece. So I'm going to hang on to it because you just never know. Thank goodness, and it's not damaging this column that I'm going to keep. I got a whole bunch of jaggedy people of that era sure loved to use nails, didn't they? Okay. Okay, here's where I'm at. The primer is dry. That new base is nice and secure on the bottom. It doesn't feel like it's gonna like topple over or anything. I think it's plenty secure enough. So I have some semi-gloss paint left over that's like trim paint that I'm gonna use to give this a nice coat, and then I can start embellishing. I have some things on hand. I was just at the dollar store the other day and they have this 15 feet of Tinsel Garland for $1. So I think what I'm going to do, because I want to change this out during the different seasons, but what I intend on doing is having silver tinsel around each layer and then maybe getting some fake snow to put here. We shall see. But that is where I'm at now, is doing a coat of white paint. I am now on the second coat of paint. This is drying, and to save time, I'm going to start making little houses to display on here. So I think what I'm going to do, I have some table legs that I think are a nice thickness that I can create a little village. And so I've got this table leg. I mean, there's like parts where there were dowels that went into them, but I'll just either fill those or conceal them. And I'm looking at this one. This leg has a real nice finial style top to it, and I think that might be a cute church. So I'm going to start constructing those just to save time. I think that it's probably going to need one final coat of paint, and then maybe I can distress it with a little bit of stain. I'm not quite sure, but I will be back. The paint is dry. It took a bunch of coats just because it was such a dark wood, even with primer. So I finally like the way that it looks, and I'm going to start embellishing it now. And while that was drying, I went ahead and took some bedposts that I had on hand and started cutting them. I think tomorrow I'll spend more time making the village, but I have a couple little houses that are kind of mocked up right now that I'm going to show you. I'm really excited about this. This one is made from the top of that bedpost, and then I went ahead and cut a front. It looks like an entryway to a church. And then I'm considering adding embellishments. I'll probably put a door, but it's going to be very primitive. And maybe I will accent this with a little bit of color, not quite sure. And then I went ahead and cut a few other little houses. This one got paint on it, but it's okay because I'm going to cover that up. So these are the parts that are going to end up making a village. I'll paint them all different colors and put windows and doors, make it look real cute, but that'll probably be tomorrow's project. This, believe it or not, has taken hours just to do this, especially with filming and taking photos. So I'm going to, next, I have this 15-foot garland, which I hope is enough. And what I'm gonna do is hot glue it here, wrap it around, and hot glue it in the back because I expect to take that off after Christmas. And then as each holiday comes up, I will probably change it out. So I'm gonna do that now. Going to do a tiny shot of glue just to hold it, and this is so light that I think it'll stay. But here's the idea. I'm going to wrap it around the front on each of these tiers, glue it, and then do each one. That garland was 15 feet, and I had just, and when I tell you just enough, I ended, there's like a small gap like that, and it's hidden behind this middle column. So here comes my nosy Rosie cat again. So I think what I'm going to do next, I found these puck lights in my basement. I don't even know where they came from. And I'm going to find batteries to put in them. There's like a remote control and everything that goes with them. But I think what I'm going to do, and they stick up. So I might try to do 2 on each. I don't know how I'm going to space those. I'm going to determine that. But it's really turning out cute. I mean, this thing was just so old and nasty. Nobody wanted it. And now it's going to look really cute. I'm over here working on my little rustic village that I'll end up putting on here. So I'll be making those more tomorrow. But the next step is putting lighting on. I'm back on. I really thought I'd make these primitive, but I do have a Cricut machine. And so I spent some time this evening embellishing this church, and I intend on making a few more buildings tomorrow, and I might do those in a separate video, but I will make sure that I close out this video with a completed version of what this is going to look like. But look how cute. So I added more puck lights. These all light up underneath. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know that I'll really display much down here, but I think overall it looks really good. So I went to the dollar store today. They had some of these bottle trees. I bought up all that they had, and then they also have sheets of glitter, and I'm making little cone trees that will fill in some of the space. I did not know what to do. There are these 3 holes. So at the Dollar General, I found these, and I'm going to shove those in the holes, and actually it kind of looks like little lawns. So as I create more buildings, I'm going to kind of make that as a lawn, and I might even be able to find something that looks like shrubbery and make that look intentional. So here's what I have so far. I'm totally loving it. I hope this video was helpful. I hope if you have an ugly stand like this, that maybe you reconsider how you're going to use it. I really think that silver was a good choice because even like for Halloween, I can easily add orange and black and make this look Halloween-ish with the silver. Whereas if I put blue on it, then I'm really limited. I will make a few of these buildings and put it in a separate video because this one's getting too long. So I hope that you are inspired to either make this project or another. And I thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.